ESPN 690, a Cox Media Group station. It's Friday night. This is the Blitz Scoreboard Show. Here's your host, Brent Martineau.
Hey, what is happening in Jacksonville on a pretty nice Friday night, week 3 of the high school football season in Northeast Florida? 9 o'clock hour. Heading into a big weekend of football, college football, NFL, everything's fired up, but the high schoolers been getting after it now, and the real deal for a bit. I was at Bowles tonight. I was at Wolfson tonight. We'll take you all over the area. We'll take you some live looks in. Back at Bowles in St. Augustine, Bartram Trail hosting Lincoln out of Tallahassee. Take you down to Creekside and Fleming Island. We'll take you to our game of the week on the Friday Night Blitz on the TV side. And that is University Christian hosting Madison County. And right now, Madco up 20-8 at halftime. Marcel Robinson is there. And we will take you there here tonight. Brent Martineau, along with our head coach, Kevin Sullivan. It's a good Friday night. What are you catching from around the area, Sully?
Well, I just got an update from Fletcher. Jackson just scored 6 minutes left. They're up 16-9 with about 6 minutes left. Sonye to Big Matt out there at wideout on a fade pattern. And then I've got Atlantic Coast 39-21 over Sandalwood.
Oh, we were at that game, too. I know Fats Walker was doing his thing for Atlantic Coast. Does that catch your attention? It caught my attention. 39-21 over Sandalwood, Atlantic Coast.
Yeah, that'll be a big win for Mikey and them, ready to go and ready to play. It would be interesting to see how they controlled Chris Calhoun tonight if that score stays that way.
Yeah, absolutely. And what do you make of Jackson and Fletcher? The score you just gave us 16-9. That one's not over, but what do you make of it?
I think it's going to be a big win for Coach Foy, sort of one of those, established program, even though they had a coaching change with Seatric Faison in the summer. Big win, something to really hang your hat on, playing a 7A school and moving up in classifications and coming out and trying to get that W with that. I think that's a really big win. And anytime you beat Fletcher, to me, is a big win.
Yeah, and it's not over yet, right?
No, it's not over. It was 6 minutes left when they scored to make it 16-9.
All right, so let's run down some scores. We got Atlantic Coast 39, Sandalwood 21, Fletcher losing to Andrew Jackson 16-9. Coach was just talking about that. Creekside on top of Fleming Island 26-0. Coach, Fleming Island, wow. They know how to win. Creekside, that's a big win for Creekside. And we're watching that one on Action Sports Jacks on ESPN 690. If you're checking out the Blitz Scoreboard Show on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, or Twitch, you can see some live action from Creekside High School. The Knights trying to go to 3-0. And again, Fleming's had such a nice program and coming off a good win last week. This would be a big one for the Knights.
Yeah, a really big one, and really struggling scoring points offensively. Fleming Island really scoring. Last week they won 6-0. Then they only scored a touchdown, I want to say, the first week against Clay. So, and then again tonight, not doing very well offensively. So that's a tribute to Creekside's defense, but they've struggled a little bit offensively, Fleming Island.
Yeah, defense has been pretty good so far for Creekside as well, especially in the opener on that Saturday afternoon, and now shutting out Fleming Island right now. Creekside, I think it was last year, if I remember correctly, they lost a big lead to Fleming Island early in the season. And so they remembered that one probably. And now they're putting it on Fleming Island 26-0. Again, you're listening to the Blitz Scoreboard Show. You're also watching it if you're paying attention on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch. And you can see some live action from Creekside High School now against Fleming Island. How about Providence trying to get win number 1 of the season up at Fernandina Beach? Another defensive battle, 7-3. We'll check in on that one's in the fourth quarter at last check. Palatka winning 27-7 at home. Nice up big, 49-6 over Orange Park. They got a quarterback in Marcus Stokes who looks pretty good, Coach. He looked good against Creekside last week, and the Nice Panthers trying to get win number 2 of the year.
Yeah, I'm surprised about that. I thought that would be a lot closer. I thought that was sort of one of those toss-up games between the two of them. And, I think that that's a really good job. And, he threw for 300 or so last week. So it'll be interesting to see how he did. But I'm sure the way he goes, the whole team goes. Marcus Stokes having a great year early on.
Yeah, that would be a nice win for Coach Drafts, and he's putting up some points, 49-6 over Orange Park. Mandarin trying to get that first win of the year. Someone's zone must go. You said earlier today on Action Sports Shacks on ESPN 690. Well, it looks like it's going to be the Mustangs in the second half, leading First Coast 34-7. They had a couple heartbreakers, Coach, but now looking to pull away in this one with a young quarterback and some young talent.
Yeah, definitely. Mandarin, of course, they've had two barn burners, lost by 3, lost by 1, both of them late last possession type games. And now for them to come out, Bobby Ramsey, we're going to try to get him on here tonight to talk to us a little bit. That's just a good, solid win for them. And up there at First Coast, they're really struggling, especially the last couple of weeks. Haven't been able to score hardly any points, really struggling up there, Marty Lee and the Buccaneers.
All right, let's give you some more updates. Terry Parker, this said 22-8. I feel like when we left the game, it was 37-8, unless the scoreboard was wrong over there at Wilson. There's a possibility now that I go back and think about it. We were there for a bit, but we were doing our concession stands and everything else, and we saw it go to 22. So I don't know if that score is correct on 20. We'll get it back. But Wilson scored an early touchdown and looked pretty good, and they were battling, and then Terry Parker started to pull away. So we'll see what the score is on that game. Bartram Trail over Lincoln, 31-14. Hey, you were talking about the defense, Coach. You got some points on the board tonight. Bartram Trail, 31-14 over Lincoln right now.
Yeah, that's good to get them going, get some points. But again, their defense hold Lincoln to 14 points. What they've done going through this year defensively with those kids that they have up there is tremendous effort. So for them to get some points tonight, so Coach Sutherland probably feeling pretty good about that right there.
Absolutely. Down in St. Johns County, Bartram trying to go to 3-0. How about this? Oakleaf and Columbia. We knew this would be a good game, 13-12 right now. We're going to go back and forth with that one and keep you posted. But Oakleaf coming off a heck of a comeback win a week ago, and 13-12 against the Columbia Tigers. What a fantastic matchup, Coach. I love that kind of matchup, man. It gets me excited.
Well, again, Columbia, last week they had a really good team. Played Bowles last week. Week 1, they played somebody solid. It's a tribute to them. And Oakleaf's playing good right now. They're playing really good on defense in this game. And we got to keep Marcus Peterson out of the end zone for Oakleaf. They got to keep that big-time 4-star recruit at Lake City, Columbia, the wide receiver, the athlete that they have there. They got to keep him out of the end zone because he could score anytime he touches the ball.
Oh, yeah, great hands, big body. He's a good player. Hey, you're looking live on ESPN 690. If you're watching the game, watching the feeds on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch, you can watch this show on social media. And if you do that, we're taking you around some games right now, and we got a good one. We have Bowles and St. Augustine. We were there. It was good when we left, 13-13. Now it's 20-20, and we're taking you live to Bowles to see some of that action. Coach, the Bowles Bulldogs in the orange unis. Somebody told me, Coach Boswell over there told me first time he thinks since the 80s they wore the orange over there at Bowles. I'm not sure how true that is, but that's what I was told. But either way, what a game, 2020.
Well, I've been up here a long time and a lot of years, 20-something years up in this area, and I don't ever remember wearing orange tops. I think they wore some orange bottoms in the past, but I don't remember wearing orange tops.
Yeah, so how about the game 2020? Very good one. You knew that would be a good one on paper. Two fantastic coaches, two really proud, good programs, good players. We saw a couple mistakes in that game. We'll have those highlights for you a little bit later on and on the Friday Night Blitz tonight. But then the offenses started to go. Cade Frew, obviously, on the offensive side of things. Just the second game of the year for St. Augustine because they were delayed a week with COVID. But it's 20-20 there in the second half. That's a great one. We'll keep your eye on it, and you can watch some of it right now live here on the Blitz Scoreboard Show on ESPN 690. Yulee over West Nassau, 17-14 in the third quarter last check. Menendez over Ridgeview, 7-3. Middleburg and Santa Fe tied up at 16. Coach, Middleburg, one of the surprises, 2-0 on the season.
Yeah, but like we talked about earlier, they've had a real strong running game. They got a new head coach over there, Ryan Wolf, who was the offensive coordinator at Fleming Island, and they're going to run the football. They're going to get you in some power sets and really make you make adjustments, and then they're going to lean on you a little bit. So, yeah, the hat's off to them, 16-16. I believe they're on the road in Gainesville.
They are, yes. And you said it, Ryan Wolf, that's a good hire for Middleburg, and he's doing a nice job off to a good start. Baker County coming off a loss last week to Vieira. They try to bounce back, and it looks like they're doing it at Ponte Vedra, 26-7. Baker County leads Ponte Vedra. Gainesville over Trinity Catholic, that's a little bit outside the area, but we got it on our scoreboard anyway, 7-3. Trinity Christian, no problem with Zarephath. 48-0. I mentioned the St. Augustine Bowls game. You're watching it right here on the Blitz Scoreboard Show. It's 20-20 in the third quarter. Bradford over Clay, 17-6. Got my attention a little bit. Did it get yours, Coach?
Yeah, really. I really thought that wasn't even going to be close. Bradford hasn't won yet, and they've been handled pretty easily in the first two games. And, Clay had that big win against Fleming week 1. They didn't play last week, and then they're going to Bradford. I thought that was going to be a lot different. I thought Clay would handle them pretty good.
Well, we're also take a look, and we've talked so much about this team in the early going. Riverside, O.J. Small and Company. We're going to talk more about them tonight, but they are putting it together again. Rebalt's 0-2 to start the year, and they've had a tough slate, by the way, to start the year, and it didn't get easier tonight. 21-0 at half, Riverside in the lead. Keystone Heights over to Tocoi Creek, 38-0. You knew Tocoi Creek would take some lumps early in the season, early in their, existence, and that's happening tonight. Keystone Heights, 38-0 at the half. There'll be a running clock in the second half. I told you our game of the week on the Friday Night Blitz side, Madison County over University Christian 20-8 at halftime. Does that catch your attention? You surprised at all by that? Obviously, Madison County, proud and very good program, but so is UC.
Yeah, I was a little surprised. Madison came off, really got waxed 54-0 week 1 up in Valdosta, which is a tough place to play, but they usually never get manhandled like that. And so I thought maybe they were down a little bit this year. But for them to come in there, a really good UC team, and be on top, that they probably had a couple weeks to get back to normal. But I got to update it at Riverside, 34-8 with 6 minutes to go in the fourth.
Okay, good. Thanks for the update there. That's the Riverside Generals winning 34-8 in the fourth. That one, and some of these scores probably continue to get updated. We just got an update from Clay, 17-13 now. The Blue Devils get on the board in the second half, so down by just 4. Up in Southeast Georgia, Camden County 14, Marietta 14. So Camden off to a nice start with Jeff Herron back at the helm, and they're locked in a good one at halftime. Crescent City 14, Interlochen 7. Let's see what else we have for you. No score update from Episcopal. We'll have to get on that one. West Side over Baldwin 7-0. That seems early, though, as well, unless there were some delays in some of these games, because some pockets of town might have had some rain. Not where I was, but we'll see. Maybe others did. Or these are just slow scores coming in. Hilliard 21-12 over Paxson. Again, that was even before halftime, so I'd be surprised if that's the case now that we're at 9-10.
We went final at Jackson, win over Fletcher 16-9.
All right.
Grayson Howard, the big 4-star junior class of 2023, with the interception to seal the game.
Pup Hamilton. How good is he, Coach? By the way, he exploded, it seemed like, in the last 6 months on the recruiting trail.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. 3.98 grade point average. Just a tremendous kid, tremendous work ethic. Just a good, solid kid to build your program around, like Coach Foy is doing. He's a leader of the team. He's a leader in the school. He's a leader in the community. Just a tremendous kid. And that, like I said, that's a big win. And he's gonna have his choice of Power Fives wherever he wants to go.
Well, let's stay right on Jackson right now, and Coach Foy joins us on the phone here on the Blitz Scoreboard Show. Coach Foy, welcome in. Thanks for jumping on the phone real quick. And you got Brent Martineau and Coach Kevin Sullivan here on the Blitz Scoreboard Show on ESPN 690. You guys sealed the deal. Pup Hamilton sounded like he had a big pick to end it.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did, Coach. It was we talked about it all week. We needed a big play from him, and he's our guy, and he got it. He got it.
Hey, how good of a win is this for you guys over Fletcher? It seems like a nice W anytime you beat Fletcher, but also sounds like it was a pretty hard-fought win, one of those character builders.
Oh, yes, it was, Coach. It was you had to play it down to the last second. I mean, it was special teams, it was offense, defense, it was all phases of the game. It was a real testimony and test for our kids, and I'm glad they had the opportunity to come out on top.
Sully, take it away, Coach. Nice hire by you, by the way.
Yeah, I'll take credit for that. Coach Foy, how we do? Jalen threw a couple touchdowns. I saw a couple of the clips and everything. Expand on his role, how he's really starting to develop a little bit.
Coach, he's making better decisions. You just look at his poise now, and even when he's an athletic kid, and when he moves in the pocket, his eyes is always downfield. We were like 3rd and 14 once, and he hit the backside receiver when he stepped up in the pocket, and we got the first down. It was probably the key play in the fourth quarter, and it turned into a scoring drive for us.
Well, Coach, that's a big win for you. Going back,
Yes, sir.
spending so many years an assistant coach at Fletcher. I hope when you came out, you didn't accidentally walk towards their sideline because you've been doing it for all those years.
I thought about what would Coach Sully say if I did something like that. No, Coach, we had a tremendous following by our community and our fans, and it felt like I really wanted my kids to experience, what it felt like with big-time high school football, like it used to be when Coach Kevin Sullivan was the head coach at Andrew Jackson. And we had a feeling of that tonight.
Well, that's good
awesome,
stuff. Coach Foy from Jackson with us. Big win, 16-9. Are you guys now kind of settling into the season, Coach? You kind of trying to find yourself. You talk about Jalen Saunier and him coming along and Pup making a big play. Do you feel like, sometimes it takes a little bit, right? You kind of find out who the heck you are. You guys had a bunch of adversity this offseason. How do you feel like you're coming along, and are you settling into the season now that we're 3 weeks in?
Oh, well, I mean, I look at the growth of the kids. And that's, we did. We went through some really tough things. And, our motto going into the season was just to try. They had every reason in the world to fold and to not try. And that was our goal. We wanted every day. I told them, hey, guys, I know it's tough. I can't explain what's going on. And I probably never will. But I know if we try every day, if we just try, who knows what will happen. But I know it'll be better than what we're feeling right now. And that's how we got here. We just tried every day, and it got us a little bit better, and we felt a little bit better. And things are now starting to come in perspective.
Well, that's a nice win for Coach Foy and Andrew Jackson. Let me ask you one more, and then we'll let you run and celebrate the win. But you get Rains and then Riverside next couple of weeks, so big couple of weeks ahead.
It don't get any easier. But that's what we want our kids to, we want our kids to understand that, you got to play against the best every week. And so, hey, we can celebrate this tonight, but we got to divorce this win very quickly because a very good Reigns team will be coming on Main Street, and we got to defend ourselves, and we got to get the community to win because they deserved it.
Coach Sully, you want to say anything?
Coach, joke's over, part 2, brother. I'll talk to you this week.
Sir.
One last thing, Coach Foy, before you hang up. Sully used to always visit like the Bonos, I think, for lunch. Like that was his go-to. Do you have a go-to lunch there on Main Street or anywhere else?
I'm a little bit softer. My wife brings me a casserole.
Oh,
and
Coach, he sneaks down to the donut shop on the corner on game day. And gets
you know what? That is. Coach, you weren't supposed to tell her that.
He's not listening. She's in the stands. You're okay.
Now, every morning, every Friday morning, I go down to the donut shop and get me a hot apple fritter.
Oof. That is good over there, by the the
Hey, listen, and he used to bring me an eclair. I miss those eclairs.
Listen, hey, one last thing, and I don't know how much free advertising we can give, but for that apple fritter at the donut shop, I'll give enough. I've drive 35 minutes to get that thing. Forget about right down the road, Coach.
That's my favorite place, man. I love that
exactly,
place.
Coach. Hey, and when I get there at around 7:45, they have it waiting in the box, and it's as warm as I can take it.
Hey, well, it'll taste good on Monday or Friday or any day of the week. Congrats on the win, Coach.
Thank you, Coach. Talk to you later, Coach Sully.
All right, Coach.
Coach. Yes, sir.
That's Coach Foy from Andrew Jackson. Hey, seriously, you did hire him. You were the athletic director over there for a bit and helping out and going back to where you did so many good things at Jackson. Why did you select Coach Foy? A lot of people will go with a lot of ADs now go with the younger coach, right? Coach Foy's been around a bit, and I don't want to call him old. I'm just saying he's been around a little bit, seems to relate to these players, and maybe was the perfect guy to go through all the adversity they had to deal with over the last 5 months.
Well, when him and I talked and on the phone, and then he came over and we talked, after the interview and everything, we needed somebody that the community could embrace. Listen, I was an outsider in that community, and we got that thing turned within a year or two, and everybody embraces me in the community and made me a part of that community for 20-something years, even now. And we needed somebody that was going to love his school, alumni, and was going to do the little things, the weight room stuff, not the cleaning up the facility, caring about the kids, making them involved, and bringing in a group of coaches that he brought in. Now, he brought a bunch of young coaches in. Now, Devin Wilson's the offensive coordinator, plays for the Sharks. And then, he brought a really good group of coaches in. And I think he, with him leading those guys, and he's been there. He grew up 2 blocks from the school. So he knows all the ins and outs of the program. And it was just the right place and right time for him, as it was when I went back way back in 1998. It was just the right situation for me. Now it's the right situation for him to rebuild and get that thing moving forward.
Yeah, well, that's a good explanation of it. And it looks like you made a good hire there. And 2-1 now for the Jackson Tigers. We're showing the Bowls and St. Augustine game right now on our Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube. If you're checking out the Blitz Scoreboard show in your car, we'll keep you updated on all the scores as well. But if you watch on the social media platforms, we take you live to some of the action. We just talked to Coach Foy as the Jackson Tigers beat Fletcher 16-9 here tonight. So a good win for them. And the Bowls St. Augustine game, it looks like St. Augustine has just scored. They have 27-20 now. They take the lead on the road against Bowls. We knew that would be a really good game. It is a good game. We'll keep you posted on it. How about Oakleaf? They score a touchdown. 20-12 is the score. Oakleaf has an 8-point advantage. Bartram Trail 31-21 over Lincoln. That's the latest. Trinity Christian on a running clock 55-0 over Zarephath. And Santa Fe has taken the lead over Middleburg 24-16. So Middleburg trying to come back and keep their undefeated mark that way. Yulee up on West Nassau 24-14. They've scored 10 unanswered points. And Riverside over Ribault 34-8. Let's take a timeout here on the Blitz Scoreboard Show. Coach, we'll have more coaches' reactions. We'll have more of your reaction. The Blitz QB High Five, committed to the uncommitted. We go visit a concession stand or two on a Friday night. We're rocking and rolling. We got some fantastic matchups. And during the break, you'll continue to watch St. Augustine and Bowls on our social media platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. St. Augustine in the lead on the road at Bowls, 27-20 in the second half. We'll keep our eye on that one. We'll be right back on ESPN 690.
He's kept you ahead of storms.
This is going to be a very active afternoon of storms.
He's taken you inside storms.
Look at the Reds then that have shifted a little south of Jacksonville.
And for 33 years, the Chief has seen it all. Forecasting severe weather days in advance. So when storms are headed your way, there is only one meteorologist to turn to tonight, the Chief. The knowledge and experience of Jacksonville's chief meteorologist, Mike Burrish. Action News Jack's First Alert Weather, only on CBS 47 and Fox 30.
Seems like a no-brainer to me. If you install it, you ought to be able to service it. But for gas-fired water heaters, there are a whole lot of plumbing companies that can't and won't service them, even though they're happy to install them. Now, just think about that. They don't have the expertise to work with gas, but they're installing a gas unit. Does that seem like a good idea to you? Seems like a recipe for turd buckets to me. You might as well have Acme parachute that water heater in and have the Coyote install it. At Griffin Service, not only are we the same-day water heater specialists, we're also the gas-fired water heater kings. And that goes for both tank and tankless units. And naturally, we're certified to service and install them, because we fix what others can't. Plus, we have water heaters in stock and ready to roll same day. So if your gas water heater needs service or replacement, or you're thinking of switching to a gas-fired water heater, it's kind of a no-brainer on who you should call, isn't it?
GriffinService.com.
1430-261.
Do you have a passion for sales? Are you known for building strong relationships? Do you love to compete and win? CMG Jacksonville is searching for a talented individual to join our family as a media consultant. This position will require a committed person who will forge great relationships with Jacksonville's business leaders and develop profitable campaigns for advertisers. If your talents are a match, email your resume to jaxjobs@cmg.com. That's JAXJOBS@cmg.com or call 245-8732.
Hey, welcome back to Blitz Scoreboard Show here on a Friday night. A beautiful one, at least where we were. Hopefully where you are as well. I'll tell you what, the temperatures have been fantastic for Friday night, so nothing to complain about. Coach, you've been around here long enough. Kevin Sullivan, and welcome back in the Blitz Scoreboard Show. I mean, you know, these things can be hot, sons of guns, and, well, it just hasn't been that way in the first few weeks. I think we've really, dodged a couple of potential hot Friday nights and had some beautiful ones instead.
Yeah, that's probably because I'm not coaching. That's probably why. Yeah. The rain's down here with me. It's been raining down here the whole time.
It did rain with you down where you
were.
Are. And by the way, like there's rain in the area. So we were at Wolfson and Bowles, so we were over in that neck of the woods. It might have rained in other parts. It looked stormy this afternoon up here, but I don't think I ever saw any rain. I mean, we were on the radio from 3 to 6, so maybe I just didn't notice it. Either way, hopefully it didn't rain too much where everyone else is across the area as we continue to get scores rolling in, and you continue to watch St. Augustine lead Bowles 27-20. Just two fantastic programs, Coach. I mean, you said it earlier today on Action Sports Jacks on ESPN 690, Bowles is Bowles. Well, St. Augustine is also St. Augustine, right? I mean, Brian Braddock has picked up right where Joey Wiles left off. We talked to him last week. I know he had that 1 year in between that was a little shaky. And actually, it wasn't even like his first year. It was a few years ago where they had to kind of reload a little bit. And overall, though, they just continue to know how to win. And you talk about two programs tonight that know how to win. And that's a hard thing to quantify sometimes. But there are just some teams that don't know how to win. Well, these two programs certainly do.
Yeah, definitely. Again, Coach Bragg played for Coach Wiles, so he's been instilled in the way they've sort of done things. And then when he took over the program after having the success he had at Mandarin, he sort of put his own stamp on it, and it took him a few years to sort of get his guys and his staff going. But they're hard-nosed, they're well-coached, they know what they're doing, and like this game, running the ball, they're running the ball, both teams, pretty effectively against each other, which I thought they'd have to throw it to win. I thought St. Augustine would really have to throw it to win. But, this is going to be a great one down the stretch.
Yeah, well, hopefully we'll keep our eye on most of it down the stretch as well, so we'll continue to watch this one. Right now, we want to take a look at our Blitz QB High Five. We do weekly and kind of have some fun with the quarterback play here in town. We said this earlier on the radio show on Action Sports Jacks on ESPN 690 when we had Coach Sullivan on. And, Coach, a little more passing this week, although we still got some quarterbacks that don't mind using their legs.
Yeah, without a doubt. So Colin Hurley had a big game last week, threw for 300 yards in that big win they had last week. So he sort of got going. Calhoun's more of a runner and a thrower. He sort of makes them go. Sandalwood, as we talked about before, but I'm real impressed with Marcus Stokes. Real impressed. He was Coach McIntyre from Creekside last week gave him the utmost respect talking about his game, and then tonight he's probably lit it up again tonight. They've got 49 points.
Yeah, and I think it was Coach McIntyre last week said, "Hey, is it okay if you can get out of high school early? Like they don't want to see him next year." That's like the ultimate compliment, of course. So you're taking a look at our Blitz QB High Five, and number one on our list is Rashawn Latimer Jr. out of Rains, and he's getting it done with his arms and his legs, Coach. I don't know if it's a surprise. Haven't heard the name of too much at Rains in the graveyard, but he's giving them a chance, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, he's giving them a chance, and I don't think he played as much. I think they played a couple kids early in week one. They got out to a big lead on Trinity and then sort of fizzled around. So maybe going into week two with First Coast, they said, hey, we're going to go with Rashawn, and he's a track kid. Those guys, Quincy Burrows, and they've got a couple kids over there that they can get the ball to in space and could do some really positive things. So that's going to be an interesting one with them next week going to Main Street, going to Jackson.
Yeah, absolutely. That'll be a really good game. Rains and Jackson. We'll keep our eye on that. You said Marcus Stokes, Nice, they put up a big spot. They were up earlier today, 49-6 over Orange Park. Thomas Castellanos, we talked about him last week, who's a UCF commit out of Ware County. Keep an eye on him because he leads the area in passing right now. They did play an extra game in that, but he can really throw it. A good athlete up there in Ware County. Chris Calhoun, I think he's run for maybe just as many as he's passed for, to your point earlier, but he's really the heart and soul of that offense for Sandalwood. Sandalwood looks like they'll lose tonight, though, against Atlantic Coast. And Colin Hurley, the young freshman for Trinity Christian, has a chance to be really special. We talked about him in week one as we had quarterbacks to watch, and this is a guy that comes in highly touted. A little bit of a slow start in his first high school game, or his first game of this year, but he's starting to find his way as well for Trinity Christian. So that is our Blitz QB High Five each and every week. We bring you the top 5 quarterbacks in the area that we're keeping an eye on. It doesn't necessarily mean we think they're the 5 best quarterbacks in the area, but we like to shuffle the lineup around and introduce you to some different quarterbacks around the area each and every week on the Blitz Scoreboard show. We talked to Coach Foy earlier. Jackson got the big win. You're keeping an eye right now on St. Augustine and Bowles, 27-20. The Yellow Jackets on the road leading Bowles. And if you're looking at those orange kind of creamsicle look jerseys and you're like, who is that? Well, that's because
Tennessee, isn't it?
Yeah, we've been told like that's the first time since the 80s Bowles has worn those uniforms. So that's a different look that Coach Toblin brought back, and Bowles trying to tie this game up. They just punted away to St. Augustine. That is in the second half. Mandarin got a big win. It's a big win for the Mustangs, Coach. They finally got off that 0-2.
Yeah, a really big win, especially they've been close the last 2 weeks, losing on both of the last possession, 15-14 last week to a good Spruce Creek team, and then week 1, last second field goal for Atlantic Coast. We got an update. Episcopal scored to make it 13-7 with under 2 minutes left, and that may have gone final already.
All right, Episcopal, and that is Inglewood. Inglewood's battling these first couple weeks.
Yeah, they're playing. Coach is doing a really nice job. They're being competitive. Again, he's got a big, you talk about teaching kids how to win and teaching kids not to be the laughing stock anymore. Yeah. But he's done a good job because they've been competitive every week this so far this year.
Yeah, good sign. Bradford beating Clay in the fourth quarter, 17-13. Ponte Vedra losing at home to Baker County. Oh, they actually lost that. It's over, 26-7. Baldwin gets the win over Westside, Coach, 18-14. That's a nice win for Baldwin. They had to wait a couple weeks to even play a game.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier today. That was going to be a really good game. Those two, they play every year, and that's a good win. We try to get Coach Shields on, talk to him about this a little bit tonight too.
All right. Hey, we're going to go to the phone line right now, Coach. Welcome in Bobby Ramsey, fresh off Mandarin's first win of the year after a couple of tough ones in the first couple of weeks of the season. But I said this, and I always say this about Bobby Ramsey's teams. They're going to get better as they go along through the course of the year. Looked pretty good tonight, Coach. Welcome into the Blitz Scoreboard show on ESPN 690.
I appreciate you guys. Thanks for having me on.
Well, what was it tonight? What got going in the right direction? You guys were able to get on First Coast pretty quickly, it looked like.
Well, I think our running game was something that we really talked about and needed to improve. And I think it's really going to define the kind of offense that we play. And it just creates a lot of things for us in the passing game. And, you know, we had to find that balance, and we did tonight. And then I think just from an overall standpoint, we talked about when plays are there to be made to get control of a game or to win a game, you know, we have to take advantage of that in those situational things that we practice. We need to punch through and make those plays and then finish it and win in the fourth quarter, and we did that tonight.
Hey, Bobby, Coach Kevin Sullivan, how you doing, buddy? Good win tonight. Hey,
Thanks,
talk
sir.
about your young quarterback and how important, as you alluded to, the running game and taking that pressure off him and let him sort of ease into what you're trying to do.
He's a really, really special player, especially considering his age and his experience. And you know, I told the guys last week, I said I didn't feel like we did enough to step up for him. You know, even though he played really well, he certainly gave us an opportunity to win. But if you don't have a running game, you're telling the quarterback you have to go out there and win it for us. And you know, we've always said, even with a guy like Carson or Trey before him or Trey after him, is quarterback's job is to not lose the game. And you know, if he has to win it, then that means then it needs to be a situation where it's the fourth quarter and he needs to make some big throws for us to win. But you know, the more that you put on his plate, the more punishment you expose him to. And, you know, you've got to do a good job for stepping up for an inexperienced guy, and we did that tonight.
Bobby Ramsey, Mandarin head coach, with us here on the Blitz Scoreboard show on ESPN 690. Brent Martin along with our head coach, Kevin Sullivan. Coach, break some news for us. Carson Beck going to play tomorrow or what?
Well, I don't know if I told somebody yes, and I got I think I upset some Georgia people. So I don't know. I heard Kirby Smart was mad at me, so I was like, you know, I'm not the one who I didn't leak it. You know,
I read that article that they interviewed you on that was saying he was starting, and that was like this morning at 8 a.m.
Yeah, I mean, I started hearing about it late Tuesday early Wednesday, and and then you're getting like Atlanta Journal-Constitution and the Macon newspapers. I mean, I think the article that got everybody's attention was like the Macon one. I was like, man, the Macon newspaper, like, it's a nice newspaper and all, but like it's not exactly like the New York Times. But my understanding of it is, he's going to play. I think they don't want to say, but my understanding of it is, everything that we've sort of heard that we're not supposed to hear is that he's going to play.
Hey, let me ask you this: whether he plays, how ready do you think he is? How much have you talked to him recently, and do you think he's ready for a moment when he does get in there?
Oh, I don't doubt that he'll go in and play well. I mean, I'll be very disappointed if he doesn't. He just got to go play within himself. I've always felt that when he got his opportunity, he was going to be impressive. And, kind of like I've told several people, in college you get one or two opportunities and you have to take advantage of it. And I know he'll be really excited for it, and he'll be prepared. What they ask him to do within the framework of their game plan, I don't know. I'm sure they're going to want to run the ball and take the pressure off him. But I think he's going to play at a high level. I mean, I made the mistake of saying I think he's their best quarterback, and I guess that was the wrong thing to say. So,
you're an okay guy to say that and hope for that. Hey, I've got one last one for you about your football team. We're going to highlight a young man a little bit later on, but I want your thoughts since we got you on early. Tony Carter, strong safety. I've heard some really good things about this kid, and I just got to be honest with you. When we go shoot highlights and we do our thing on the Friday Night Blitz and this Blitz Scoreboard show, the strong safety doesn't always pop at you. Tell us a little bit more about Tony Carter and what he brings to the table for you.
I'll tell you, I think this right now, and I think the film, once we watch it, will confirm it. I think he had his best game of his career tonight. He really, he affects the game in a lot of ways. He's very versatile. He's really good against the run. But he's also disciplined in his zone coverage and athletic enough to play in space. And he just plays the game with a real mean, nasty attitude. And that's what, as a coach, you love that, because you really, I think Coach Sullivan will agree that that's really not something you can instill in somebody. They've either got that or they don't. And then, when you find it, you want to be able to accentuate that. And I mean, he plays the game the right way. I mean, he definitely has a mean streak to him, and he plays with a chip on his shoulder. And he's one of those guys when he puts his foot in the ground and goes a certain direction, there's definitely a suddenness and a real change in speed when he does, when he decides what angle he's going to take and go downhill and tackle, and he finishes a lot of plays.
Awesome, man.
Coach.
Yeah, and I feel old because I coached against his dad when he was playing at Mandarin. So.
Right. Well, if it makes you feel any better, his dad is kind of young, so I met a guy the other day who's like, yeah, I played with his dad. I'm like, dude, you look like you're like 30 years old. He's older than that. But
right. He's up coaching now, isn't his dad, Tony Sr., coaching somewhere?
Not.
Are you there?
Yeah, we might have lost him.
Yeah. No, he's not coaching with us.
He's not. Okay. Coach Bobby Ramsey, appreciate the time, man, and have fun watching that Georgia game tomorrow and the Titans game on Sunday.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's a full weekend, so I'm excited about it. Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate everything you guys do for high school football.
You bet, man. You too. Good work, good win for Mandarin tonight. I say maybe Carson Beck tomorrow for Georgia. Definitely Derrick Henry Sunday for the Titans. Obviously coached him up at Yulee. I mean, what a path for Bobby Ramsey, huh, Coach? I mean, you probably didn't even know this guy when he was up at Yulee, and then all of a sudden Derrick Henry comes along, right? And then Bobby Ramsey comes along. And the one thing I always say about Coach Ramsey, it wasn't just the Derrick Henry show. It was a Bobby Ramsey show, too. He's a heck of a coach.
Yeah, no, Bobby does a good job. I had met him when he was assistant with Marty.
Okay.
And when he first came to Texas, and then he went up there to Yulee, and then everything was just, been good deal with that whole deal with him. And he did a really good job, and he jumped to the next best job in the area, the Mandarin job, as far as that gone, and done a really good job, won a state championship, which he never thought that would happen. It just, everything sort of fell in line, and sort of the stars aligned, and it was a really good run for them.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Casey, tell us what we're seeing, if you don't mind. right now on the Blitz Scoreboard show. Let me check. I was still seeing the Bulls game. Bulls scored a safety and then a touchdown, so they take the lead 29-27.
Yeah.
You're watching it live here on the Blitz Scoreboard show. Coach, back and forth we go. I think that's probably hit the fourth quarter now.
Just now starting the fourth
started
quarter.
the fourth. So a lot of time left in this game, Coach. We're here until 10:25. We might see the end of this one here on the Blitz Scoreboard show. Don't forget to talk to me, Coach. Don't get caught up watching this thing so much.
Oh no, I'm excited. This is a good barn burner, and we get to watch it. Hope these people have gotten online, get to watch this with us.
Absolutely,
if they're out there.
What does a game like this do early in the season for two programs that kind of know how to win anyway? I mean, is this bigger for one more than the other? Do you think, Bowles or St. Augustine?
No, I don't think so. I think they both know they're good programs, and they're measuring their success or failure, whatever. I think they're just going to work and look at the film and get better because they get to play people, a real quality opponent. So I think it's either way, it's going to be a positive for both teams.
Yeah, I would say the same. But right now, St. Augustine High School with the ball, trailing Bowles 29-27. I mean, two really good programs, two really good coaches, a lot of good players. You know, Cade Frew's going to go play at Air Force. What a good fit that is for him, right? Just tough kid, tough runner with a lot of speed.
Yeah, that's a really good fit. And I still think somebody might come in, and probably the knock on him might be his height a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's only like 5'8", I want to say. Yeah.
Yeah, but you may have an FCS school that can come in there and look at that. But really, for what they do at Air Force, that's a really good place for him. And, I read stuff on people talk about, the Power Fives need to come after this guy and everything like that. And it just doesn't happen if sometimes they don't meet the measurables, height being one.
Yeah, so right now we're giving you a live look in on ESPN 690. If you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch, we'll keep you posted for your ears as well. If you're just listening in the car or on the stream, ESPN690.com. Brent Martin along with Kevin Sullivan, our coach, Hall of Fame coach, coached at Jackson, Atlantic Coast, Ed White here in the area. And right now it's Bowles 29, St. Augustine 27. They just went to the fourth quarter, and we pass along some other scores. Baker County wins at Ponte Vedra 26-7, and right now the head coach of Baker County joins us. That's Kevin Mays. Coach Mays, good win tonight. Good bounce back for you guys.
Yes, it was. It was a good win, and we felt pretty good about ourselves tonight.
How did it go? What went right to get a 26-7 win over the Sharks?
We, be honest, we hadn't played a real complete game up until tonight, so we were concentrating on that. And we came out hitting on all cylinders in the first half, and maybe some conditioning and stuff maybe got to us in the second half. But this would be the first game where I would think all three phases that we were kind of clicking tonight. Kevin
Sullivan asked Kevin Mays a question.
Hey, Coach Mays, how you doing, buddy? Congratulations on the win. Hey, I had texted Brock earlier this week and said, hey, Justin Barney took a shot at you on defense, and then I see the first score was a pick six.
Yeah, he had to get back to it. Brock, he took last game to heart a little bit because that was my old team, and I think we wanted to play good for us. But Brock does a tremendous job with us on defense, and he got back to just the basics this week and talked about just tackling and knowing your assignment, trusting each other, and they played great tonight.
Awesome. That's good. Good to hear.
I never heard of the guy you just mentioned, by the way. Anyway, so
who's that? Brock Canada?
No, I was talking about the Barney guy.
Oh,
yeah.
Hey, Coach, I just asked Coach Foy this, and Coach Kevin Mays, I'm asking right here. You guys have such a great tradition out there. You obviously love your football. Do you feel like this kind of gets you into the groove of the season? I mean, how long do you think it takes to settle in sometimes, know who you are, figure out who you are? You're 2-1, you're 3 games in. Do you kind of have a sense of it yet?
Yeah, we do. I mean, you try to see if you can put a few new wrinkles in, but, we kind of got back to the basics tonight, running the ball and, when they throw extra guy in the box, being able to complete the short passes. And we kind of got back to who we are, and it was successful tonight.
Well, that's a good win for you, though, Coach, on the road going down there, too. So looking forward to getting into the district play coming up.
Yeah, we got Paxton at home, and when it comes to the district games, those are the ones that are important. And if you can win out the district, you automatically punch your ticket to the playoffs. So that's our goal.
Kevin Mays, nice win, man. Baker County gets it done 26-7. Appreciate you jumping on for a few minutes.
All right, thank you, guys.
You bet. That's
All
Kevin
right.
Mays here with Kevin Sullivan and Brent Martineau on the Blitz Scoreboard Show. We have a lot more to come. We have to get to a break. When we come back, more highlights, more reaction, more scores from around the area. Committed to the uncommitted. The concession stand with Casey. Battle of the concession stands. But as we send you to break, if you're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch, you're keeping an eye on St. Augustine and Bowls. Bowls up by 2 in the fourth quarter, 29-27. We'll continue to take you there and to some other games around the area when we come back on ESPN 690.
My secretary booped me at work today.
You know, I booped Larry all the way across town.
Connect with your staff in an instant. All you have to do is boop. Push to talk is back from Peak PTT.
Hey guys, I'm in the bathroom and I just booped.
It gets you to the right person in real time because nobody ignores a boop. Instant two-way communication across town or across the country.
I can boop driving.
Department of Transportation says so. What are you booping waiting for?
Ready to boop right out of the box. BoopToTalk.com.
ESPN 690 is home for the Florida Sportsman Fishing Show hosted by Captain Rick Riles. Tune in every Saturday morning from 7 to 9 a.m. to find out what's biting now. Fishing so fresh, you can almost smell it.
Hey, boss, I found some silverware in the dining room.
Nice. So you're sure you smashed the alarm system when we got here, right?
You mean that plug-and-play do-it-yourselfer? Yeah, it's dead. We got all the time we need.
Oh, look at this. The box the alarm system came in. Isn't this cute?
An alarm system in a box. Boss, I'll never understand why people don't just get a Safe Touch security system.
And they probably think they're saving money.
But that's the thing, they're not saving money.
You and I know that. Thankfully, these folks didn't. You know, there are a lot of great things that come from a box. This isn't one of them.
True.
Hey, let's just take a minute to appreciate that tonight, we don't have to worry about the Crooks or Us golden rule. Stay away from Safe Touch houses. And remember, kids, boxes and alarm systems don't mix.
Only one security system is truly the best. Hi, I'm Lester Jackson, president of Safe Touch Security Systems. No one beats our technology or our price.
Call Safe Touch today at 888-723-8682 or go to safetouch.com. State license number EF233.
If you're like me, you come home from work and walk through a messy garage hurdling shoes and bats and bikes. Well, get the easy garage solution that I got. It's called Easy Garage Solutions. One-of-a-kind monkey bar technology that will last a lifetime. Hang the bikes and the lawn equipment. Easy Garage Solutions. Shelving and overhead storage for boxes and bins. Easy Garage Solutions. Cabinets and flooring available too. Easy Garage Solutions. Find them at EasyGarageSolutions.com. Easy Garage Solutions. It's that easy. Hey, welcome back to the Blitz Scoreboard Show. Brent Martineau along with our coach, Kevin Sullivan, and Casey as well. You've been watching a little bit of that Bowl St. Augustine game live on ESPN 690 here on the Blitz Scoreboard Show. If you're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch, if you're in your car, well, we'll keep you updated on all the scores and what's going on from around the area. I want to take a live look in a moment at University Christian, not just yet, but in a moment. I want to give you some other scores as we go through this Friday, week 3 in Northeast Florida. Baker County beat Ponte Vedra 26-7. We just had Coach Kevin Mays with a win. Bradford over Clay right now, 24-13 in the fourth. 18-14 Baldwin wins. Might have Coach Shields coming up in a bit. Wow, Bartram Trail, Coach, 31-31. Now Lincoln has come back against Bartram Trail down there in St. Johns County.
Yeah, that's again, we've been touting their defense and everything, and then all of a sudden they just give up some big chunks and big yards there to get that game tied. So that's going to be a big, good one going down the edge, just like the one we got on the screen here.
Yeah, 31-14 it was, and Bartram Trail now tied up, according to reports, 31-31. Bowls just kicked a field goal. It looks like 32-27. They go on top of St. Augustine in the fourth quarter. You're keeping an eye on that one right here on the Blitz Scoreboard Show on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. Middleburg has come back, forced overtime, trying to stay undefeated, 24-24 in OT. Oakleaf, 23-20 over Columbia in the fourth. Man, we have some good games. We're going to go to Madison County and University Christian, and right now, well, actually, when Casey has a chance, 28-8. Casey's on the phone, so we'll take care of that in a moment. Providence 7-3 over Fernandina Beach at last check in the fourth. Menendez over Ridgeview 7-3. You had mentioned Episcopal. Looks like they were going to win that one over Inglewood, Coach, right? 13-6.
Yeah, there was 2 minutes left when they stuck that one in. So yeah, I think that was probably done right there.
Okay, Terry Parker up on Wolfson. We were at that game. We'll show you some highlights in a bit. Creekside beats Fleming Island 26-0. Trinity Christian over Zarephath 55-8. Bishop Kenny Big over Stanton 60-0. Nice 49. Orange Park 6. Mandarin gets first win of the year 34-7. 39-21 Atlantic Coast, nice win over Sandalwood at home. Stingrays are now 2-1. Riverside beats Ribault, stay undefeated 34-8. Andrew Jackson 16, Fletcher 9. Some of the scores in the area. We mentioned Baldwin beat Westside 18-14. Coach Shields going to join us in just a moment. Want to let you know, though, you're looking live right now at our Game of the Week on the Friday Night Blitz. If you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch, on the Blitz Scoreboard show here on ESPN 690, it's University Christian hosting Madison County. Maybe a little bit of a surprise here, and not super surprising. Maybe the score difference, 28-8 Madison County now, all over University Christian in the second half. Marcel Robinson giving us a live look at that game. Let's bring in Coach Shields from Baldwin here on the Blitz Scoreboard show. Brent Martineau, Kevin Sullivan. Coach, congratulations on the win. Took you guys a little bit of a while to get going on a Friday night, but you got off to a good start finally.
Yeah, I wouldn't say we got off to a good start, but we had a good finish. Week 3 is our first game. We're supposed to play Ed White week 1. District shuts us down to COVID numbers, and next thing you know, we're virtual learning and scrambling, and finally got a game in, went down 14-0. I've got a great group of kids, fought like hell, came back, won 18-14.
How about that? Coach
Good
Sully,
stuff, Coach.
take it away.
Hey, Coach Shields, the kids probably had a little bit better sense of appreciation for playing after not getting started like everybody else and listening to everybody talk about this or posting highlights or anything like that. Tell us a little bit about your kids and them coming out playing tonight.
Oh, I've got a great group. I lost 22 seniors last year. I think I've got 9 seniors and 6 juniors, so we're young. Got a bunch of guys going both ways, but it's a bunch of guys that have been with the program who have known nothing but winning. And, that kind of showed tonight because I was at a JV game last night against Jackson. We went down 14-0. The kids put their heads down and kind of quit. And then this group, we went down 14-0. We're mad at each other, and we're at the TV making corrections, and we're staying positive and go out and get a score, get an onside kick, get another score, and come out after halftime, score again, and defense shuts them out in the second half and, took care of business.
Yeah, that's a good job, especially starting so late. Everybody else already got a couple games under their belt. So good win today, Coach. Now you start heading into some more pretty good teams coming up.
Oh yeah, West Nassau. That's going to be a rivalry. It's going to be double wing, double tight, beer option, and they're going to go spread. And it's always a good battle. I don't think Baldwin had beaten them for 30 years before my brother and I got there, and we've won 2 of the last 3, so we've got to keep that rolling.
Well, Coach Shields, nice win today. I know it's a frustrating late start, but hopefully this carries well now into the rest of the month and into the season. Good win tonight over Westside, 18-14. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Good talking to you.
You bet. That is
All
Coach
right,
Shields
Coach.
from Baldwin, and they've done a nice job out there, and Coach Shields really well. I don't want to say forgotten, but Baldwin, which in our area can feel like way out there, Coach.
Right.
Coach Shields done a nice job.
Yeah, done a really good job. His brother Steven had it, and he went over there in 15 or 16, I want to say, and then took over the job a couple years ago. And real good, hard-nosed coach, loves his kids, and real loyal and everything to those people out there. And he'll stay out there Baldwin as long as he wants to, because he's always going to have a good feeder system and a group of kids coming through.
I want to stay looking live at University Christian Madison County for just a couple more minutes, and we'll give Marcel Robinson a break. He's doing a lot of work for us on the TV side with the Friday Night Blitz. So 28-8 was the last check there for University Christian, trailing Madison County. By the way, Coach Penland trying to go after win number 100. He's done a fantastic job. They play a tough schedule every year, Coach, and it usually makes them battle-tested for the end of the year.
Yeah, without a doubt. Now they've got a different animal in their 2A region, Trinity Christian. So, he's going to have to battle and have to play good people week in and week out to get him ready to handle those guys down the road, Trinity Christian.
Yeah. By the way, certainly 155-8 tonight. So it doesn't look like there's a lot happening at UC game right now. Let's flip it back over to the Bowls game, and then we'll let you get set up on committed to the uncommitted in just a couple minutes. Casey, you just let me know when you have all that. I'm going to run down some scores. Thanks to Marcel for letting us take a peek into that UC game. Madison County up 28-8 in the second half. Well, full highlights and reaction of that game coming up tonight on Friday Night Blitz at 10:30 on Fox 30, full half-hour edition, then 11:20 on CBS 47 and Fox 30, a short edition of the Blitz. Baldwin wins 18-14. We just had Coach Shields on. That was over West Side. Baker County 26-7 over Ponte Vedra. Boy, Coach, how about this? Lincoln has now come back to take the lead over Bartram Trail, 37-31. By my count, That's 24 unanswered points. Probably a little bit of a state of shock right now. We talked about Bartram's defense, how good it looked in the first couple of weeks, and all of a sudden, the dam has broke in the second half against Lincoln.
Yeah, what they did last week to Miami Columbus coming up, giving up 6 points, 2 field goals, and then they were up big, and all of a sudden they've lost that one. They've lost the lead going into towards the middle of the fourth quarter, so that one might be a back and forth overtime game too, also. But yeah, really shocked because defensively they've been playing lights out.
Yeah, we'll keep our eye on that. But 37-31 right now, we might be able to peek in on that, Casey. As well, a little bit in the 10 o'clock portion of the show. We'll take you all the way up until about 10:30. We still have committed to the uncommitted to get to on the other side of 10. And also, we've got to take you to the concession stand, of course. A little food on a Friday night. That is still on the way. Bowls leads St. Augustine 32-27. That's still the case in the fourth
now
quarter.
Just kicked a field goal.
They kicked another one. Wow. Okay, so they've had they've had a safety and 2 field goals in like the last 10 minutes.
I think they got a turnover. I think it looks like a turnover.
Well, so it's still a 1-score game, though. So St. Augustine has a chance. 35-27. 2 scores, of course, if you count the 2-point conversion. 23-20, Oakleaf trying to hang on against Columbia. That's the last check we have, up by a field goal. Middleburg has taken the lead in overtime, trying to stay undefeated. They've come back against Santa Fe. They lead by 8 now in OT. Madison County 28-8 over UC. We just gave you an update on that. I'll have to find out if this Providence game went final. Feels like it's been in the fourth quarter for a long time. Trinity Christian wins big. Creekside wins big over Fleming Island. Riverside wins big over Ribault. Bishop Kenny, a big score against Stanton. Nice running it up 49-6 over Orange Park, so their offense looking good. We'll tell you who else is looking good in the area. We'll take you to the finish. St. Augustine, Bowls, Bartram Trail, Lincoln, committed to the uncommitted. Concession stands. We got a lot more to get to on the other side of 10 o'clock. It's a Blitz Scoreboard show on ESPN 690.
You've been wanting a new ride. You just can't find what you're looking for, right? Well, you need to go see my friends at Arlington Toyota. They have over 400 pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs to choose from. If you're worried about credit, don't be, because with Arlington's Credit for Everyone program, Arlington's getting almost everyone approved. And when it comes to total peace of mind, Arlington's got you covered there too with their 30-day exchange policy. Shop in person at 10939 Atlantic Boulevard or online anytime at arlingtontoyota.com.
It's that time of year again, and all eyes are now turning to football as teams are back on the gridiron. BetOnline.net is your #1 spot for all the pro and college football odds and news this season. Get all the updated info on players, teams, and odds to help you with your new football contests, leagues, and new survivor pools. BetOnline.net is the fastest and easiest way to check in on all your favorite sports. Pro sports, MMA, championship boxing, golf, horse racing, they have it all. Bring the game home with BetOnline.net, your online sports experts.
My secretary booped me at work today.
You know, I booped Larry all the way across town.
Connect with your staff in an instant. All you have to do is boop. Push to talk is back from Peak PTT.
Hey guys, I'm in the bathroom and I just booped.
It gets you to the right person in real time because nobody ignores a boop. Instant two-way communication across town or across the country.
I can boop driving.
Department of Transportation says so. What are you booping waiting for?
Ready to boop right out of the box. BoopToTalk.com.
Let's be honest. I'm in the AC business, and even I don't want to buy a new AC system. And yet, the only thing worse than spending money on a new AC is spending it and then not getting the comfort and performance you paid for. Whether it's not seeing the promised comfort or efficiency due to a sloppy install and bad ductwork, or having a home that still feels sticky from inadequate humidity control, or dealing with bad air quality, allergies, mold, or anything else. Investing in a new system to not get the comfort you paid for is total turd buckets. And that's why Griffin Service offers a 12-month test drive on all Florida-rated AC systems. If you're not thrilled with your increased comfort and efficiency, we'll uninstall the system and refund you 100% of your money. And that's for up to 12 months. Install the system now, and you'll still be covered next summer. It's only fair. So, if you need a new system, buy it from the company that'll guarantee you the performance and comfort you're paying for at
GriffinService.com.
CMC 1250-697.
WOKV Jacksonville. Listen live everywhere you go on ESPN690.com. ESPN 690, a Cox Media Group station.
1, 2, 3, fight!
It's Friday night. This is the Blitz Scoreboard Show. Here's your host, Brent Martineau.
Hey, welcome back. That's a little bit of Kevin Sullivan right there. And Coach is along with us here on the Blitz Scoreboard Show. Brent Martineau along with Casey here in the Action Sports Jack studios. And we've been running for an hour here. What a show, Coach, so far. This has been a fantastic night.
Yeah, it's been great. Get some good coaches calling in. We get some good things. I got a final on Eagles who beat Cedar Creek Christian 40-24. That's a final. Eagleview goes to 2-0, I want to say, undefeated.
Well, there you go. Good win for them. Baldwin gets its first win of the year and the first game of the year over Westside. We just had Coach Shields on. Coach Mays, Baker County, 26-7. Bobby Ramsey from Mandarin. Mandarin gets its first win, 34-7 over First Coast. We had Coach Foy on. Jackson's 2-1 now after a 16-9 win over Fletcher. So some of the scores bouncing back and forth. I think you're taking a live peek right now. Coach, this is a stunning one. Bartram Trail up 31-14 in this game, and they just lost the football game 37-31 to Lincoln. So a tough loss for Darrell Sutherland and Bartram Trail.
Yeah, that's a real heartbreaking loss too, especially the way they were cruising. And like we had talked about, they've been playing so well defensively. I'm just curious to see what happened, whether it was turnovers or maybe it was something happened because the floodgates opened in the fourth quarter. You said, 21 points maybe in the fourth quarter they gave up?
It looked close. It was 24 unanswered regardless. I don't know exactly when it happened, but tough loss for them. 27-23, Columbia has taken the lead over Oakleaf now in the fourth quarter. So a little back and forth we go for Oakleaf and Columbia, one of the games of the night in the area, no doubt about it. What else? Madison County University Christian, we just showed you a little bit of that. It's now 28-14. UC has scored, at least to make that a game in the second half. Bowles leads 32-27. We're going to take you to that in just a moment and show you the finish right here on the Blitz Scoreboard Show on ESPN 690. But right now, we want to do our segment we call Committed to the Uncommitted. And this is a segment where we highlight some of the local kids and try to, give them some love because it feels like they're under-recruited, maybe lost in a COVID world, the logjam of college sports right now where rosters are full. But there's a lot of talent out there that's been untapped in our area. And tonight, our Committed to the Uncommitted is Tony Carter. We talked about him a little bit earlier with Bobby Ramsey, the Mandarin head coach. This is a guy, he's kind of a throwback guy, Kevin Sullivan. He'll hit you hard, but he's super athletic as well. There's a little nastiness about Tony Carter.
Yeah, from what Coach Ramsey said, that he's a throwback sort of guy that sort of gets after, can play the run, can play the pass, very coachable, loves the game, plays it the right way, and really, really strong citizen in the hallways up at Mandarin High School. So overall package for Tony Carter Jr.
Yeah, Tony Carter, safety at Mandarin. And here's what Coach told me earlier this week. Very aggressive player, plays the game the right way, a nasty streak. Had an injury situation his junior year, so a limited film. And that's probably why he's under the radar a little bit. Think he fits the bill as a safety or even a nickel at the next level. He's one of those kids, when he puts his foot in the ground, he has a suddenness about him, and he attacks. Coach, versatility is key these days, right? Safety, nickel spot, little versatility should help him.
Oh, yeah, because of so much stuff they're doing. You know, the safeties now are the high school strong safeties are basically nickel corners, or where they'll play the inside slot guy. So he's got coverage skills. He can play the run, be able to fit in the run, fits in the running lane. So most versatility you can do opens you up for a lot of positive things in college.
All right, so we'll see Tony Carter from Mandarin, safety. nickel guy. He can do it all. And Coach Bobby Ramsey, by the way, when he was on with us earlier on the Blitz Scoreboard show, tonight might have been his best game of his career. And he said that. So we'll see the tape. And Coach Ramsey said that, but he thought it might have been his best game of his career. Tony Carter, safety at Mandarin, committed to the uncommitted. Hopefully some colleges continue to check this young man out. He's had some looks, but he's been a little bit under the radar, mostly because of an injury last year. Committed to the uncommitted, presented by Baker Sports each and every week here on the Blitz Scoreboard show. Baker Sports, homegrown and ready to help the home team look good on Friday nights and every night in any sport. Baker Sports has been doing that since 1997. Your team experts offer the top brands like Under Armour and Adidas, screen print, embroidery, and trophies all done in-house right here in Jacksonville. Baker Sports will get you ready for your big game, looking good so you can play good. Play ball with your team experts at Baker Sports. And everybody around the high school scene and the athletic scene knows all about Baker Sports right in Jacksonville. It is your hometown team for sure. Committed to the uncommitted each and every week, presented by Baker's Sports. Let's take us back now, if you can, Casey, to the Bowles St. Augustine game. And, Coach, this one's going right down to the wire right here on the Blitz Scoreboard show. Again, if you're listening in your car, 32-27 is the score. 35 to 27. 2 field goals and a safety mixed in with a touchdown. It was 27-20 St. Augustine, and now 15 straight points for Bowles in the fourth quarter. And it's 35-27. That thing's got to be a bit late. We can't see the actual clock, but what does it look like you do, Casey?
So there's about less than a minute left in this game. St. Augustine is in a tough spot right now. They started this drive on the negative one. So they got a long way to go. They have it right now on the 15, but again, not a lot of time. They've run a couple of nice pass plays and got out of bounds. They just ran it here for about 3 yards, so they're looking to be in trouble right now. The clock is working against them. Yeah,
that's a long way to go, and it looks like the field position part of it, some turnovers, and again, a big defensive play after a punt pinned St. Augustine. There was a safety, then a touchdown, now 2 field goals on top of that. Overall, we've been talking about this one since the start of the show, Coach. This lived up to the billing. I was out at it 13-13. It was 20-20, 27-20, 29-27. Now it's 35-27. St. Augustine has a chance, but they need some magic to happen there at Bowles to pull this one out.
Yeah, both these teams will come out of this game, be able to use the film and reevaluate whether they win, lose. There's mistakes made, there's big plays, there's a couple safeties that happen. So, it'll be a good teaching film as they start heading into district play and really the eventual get into the state playoffs. So this game either way is going to help both these teams down the road.
I want to stay on this game for a moment more because You've done this before and for so many times, but these early testers like this, we kind of say it's almost cliche, this will help you down the road. Does it really help you down the road?
Well, I think it helps you play in good quality competition because what happens is that, you may think, we played one game and we beat up Menendez and we didn't get a really good feel of what we're doing. And now you play a quality opponent and maybe they expose something. Maybe you got to adjust the way you block in the pass pro, or maybe we got to do this, or maybe, you know what I mean? So anytime you play a quality opponent in a game like this where there are 2 heavyweights bat on, it is always going to help you in the long run.
Yeah, I would say so, too. What do you do down in this spot when you got like 80 yards to go and less than a minute to play?
Throw the flea flicker.
How much do you think at night as a coach, like, I'm going to design the play that nobody's seen before?
Well, I don't know. Our sport is everybody borrows and takes from each other anyways, no matter what. But if they've got a trick play, I'm sure they've tried it. And I'm sure Bowles is just sitting back, keeping everybody in front of them. And, I got to believe they've got to have less than 30 seconds left. And they'll just keep everything in front of them and just tackle them and get them on the ground.
Yeah, Casey, you keep us updated on this one a little bit because you can see it. I get it on about a 20-second delay. It looks like now St. Augustine has the ball out toward the 32, 33-yard line.
Yep, right around the 30. They, just like you said, Coach, they're running pretty much a prevent. Bowles is, and threw a little short pass in between right around the 20, got up to the 30. Somebody used a timeout. I'm going to guess that was St. Augustine, and looks like less than 10 seconds on the clock, so this might be a lateral flea flicker. Something exciting coming here on probably the last play of the game.
Well, that's pretty good. You can even see the clock, huh? So you can keep us posted here. It looks like there's another stoppage in play as everybody gets set for what could be a final play. Casey, I'm going to leave it with you, man. You're doing a good job over there. So you give us a little play-by-play here down the stretch.
Well, we had a little short pass here for St. Augustine. It was incomplete. Saved the time. Again, under 10 seconds. Still getting reset here for St. Augustine, but need something big here. Coach, what would you run here? Let me know.
Can't run a flea flicker here.
No, I don't. You got to run something to get it out of bounds. Try to get 10, 15 yards, maybe get to the 50, get out of bounds, and then just chuck one in the end zone on the Hail Mary, with 8 seconds left.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you try to get a, quick out, get out of bounds at the 50, and then throw one up, and maybe you get a tip ball or something, because they're not going to call interference on that no matter what. But
well, St. Augustine is looking deep. It's incomplete. They threw it about 30-ish yards to the plus 40, but it was not complete. Good coverage by Bowles, but again, they got their whole team back there besides the defensive line.
Right.
You got time for one more play or no?
Yeah, it looks like about 3 seconds. It's going to be 3rd and 9. Obviously, that does not matter. Now, at this point, got to do the laterals. We got to do something cool. Somebody's got to tell St. Augustine we got them live. Even if they don't score, we need to see something cool. The backwards, the run around, the jump over a guy, offensive lineman run the ball, something.
Yeah, it's big defensive stand. It's been a big defensive quarter right now for St. Augustine, for Bowles, because it was 27-20. They've won the field position game. They got a safety, and they got a turnover. So Bowles getting it done here in the fourth quarter. You said it earlier, Coach. Bowles is Bowles. They know how to win. It looks like we're going to get a little bit more of a delay before this final play.
Right.
Unless you're seeing it earlier than me, Casey.
Yeah, it is over. Bowles is going to win. It was a screen pass that they ran, and he got loose for a minute there. It looked good, about 30, 40 yards of a screen pass, but does not get where he needs to be. That's going to do it. Bowles is going to win this one.
Where'd they finish up? About 25-yard line? You're a little bit ahead of me. Okay, I'm seeing the play actually right now. So, well, they got on the other side of the field, but not good enough.
For a second there, he had some green grass ahead of him.
Yeah, 35-27 the final. Bowles gets a win, and you just watched the finish of that one right here on the Blitz Scoreboard show on ESPN 690. We knew that was a heck of a game, and it turns out to be a good game. Nice work, Casey, on the play-by-play. See, here's the deal. In the station and we're coaches, we get on about a 20-second delay. Casey can see it as it's going along, so we appreciate the play-by-play. So that's a big one, 35-27. Bowles gets it done. And a couple other really big games. Middleburg, Coach, 32-30. They beat Santa Fe. What a win.
Yeah, I just got that. They stopped them on the 2-point conversion, the defense, to win 32-30. So they're 3-0, probably the first time, and I couldn't even tell you how long they're 3-0. So that's a really great job for those kids out there after some of the 1-9s and 2-8s they've gone through the last few years. So excited for them.
Yeah, I mean, how big is that? I mean, that's 3-0 in Middleburg, man. I mean, that's I know it says it on the record, but what does that do when you're walking the halls at school? What does that do for practice on a Tuesday, Wednesday afternoon? That's great stuff for Coach Wolf and Middleburg.
Yeah, I mean, it's really good. I mean, it's just the whole atmosphere in the school and everything. And we always believe that when the fall season starts, as school starts, if you're got a pretty good football team, it helps the school sort of get going and moving forward better. And then you can get everything going. But for them to start 3-0, and I know they're not playing barn burners and people are like, oh, who they played, but that's not the thing. Is that this is a team that's maybe won 10 games in the last 5-6 years, and so it's a really big for them. It doesn't matter who they're playing, but they're 3-0 and they're moving forward.
All right. Hey, Atlantic Coast with a big win tonight, 39-21. You know this next guest very well, Kevin Sullivan. Welcome, Mike Montemayor, for head coach of the Atlantic Coast Stingrays, to the Blitz Scoreboard show on ESPN 690. Brent Martineau along with our head coach, Kevin Sullivan. Coach, great win tonight, 39-21 over Sandalwood. How'd you get it done?
Thank you. Appreciate it, fellas. I mean, they jumped on us from the get-go, honestly, and kids made some plays defensively at the goal line with some turnovers, and we made adjustments at the half, and then fortunately came out on top this evening.
Hey, Mike, down 21-7. It looks like Brett's favorite player, Fats, had a pretty big game. Tell us about him. Brett loves that. He loves Fats. That's
Fats Walker,
player.
Baby.
Fats Walker.
Fats with a Z. It's Fats with a Z. So
of course it is.
It honestly started up front with our bigs. They opened up the holes, and Fats found the crease, and we just rode him. for the rest of the night. Just keep it going. But it all started up front, honestly, and we just kept going downhill. Especially with the weather starting to rain a little bit, so we knew we had to control the ball, control the clock towards the end of the game, and him and Kendall Mathis as well coming in to spell him when needed. They're both big contributors on top of the offensive line.
Coach, how big is it for you to beat Mandarin and Sandalwood?
Oh man, it feels great. I was talking to 1010 earlier, and I think the last time we were able to do both, it had to be your year, correct? I think that's what it was, your last year.
Yes.
Or one of those years. So it feels great. And I told the kids it's a great win for the program. Moving forward, it's not the end-all, be-all.
Right.
So, we can't get too high. Obviously, enjoy it for this weekend, and let's get back to work on Monday.
Coach, I understand you're enjoying this conversation much more here on ESPN 690. I get that. I understand those feelings, especially with Kevin Sullivan. Kevin Sullivan hired you as a 21-year-old, I think is what he told us. How different are you as a 21-year-old assistant coach now to the head coach of the Atlantic Coast Stingrays?
We won't tell any stories.
Yeah, we won't tell any stories. But honestly, it's learning from him and how he interacted with the guys, and through my trials and errors as a coach as well. And again, you get labeled as a coach, but more importantly, you're a teacher. You got to be able to teach these young men, the game, or what to key on, just little things like that. And you got to be able to adapt. So I would say, you got to become a teacher more than you can coach. Because anybody could coach, a 5-star, 3-star, whatever the case is. But can you teach that under-recruited kid per se, or just, a really good high school football player, the kid who just loves the game, whatever the case is, you got to be a real good teacher before you can consider yourself being a good coach, I guess you could say.
Without a doubt.
All right, Coach Mike Montemayor, nice win and a good couple wins to start the year. Good luck next week. We appreciate you jumping in here on ESPN 690.
Yes, sir. Thank you. You have a good weekend.
You bet.
All right,
you too. Good stuff there from Coach. He's doing a fantastic job. That's a big deal, right? I mean, he just said it.
Yes.
Probably since you were there, but I mean, that's a heck of a. We just talked about what does it mean at a place like Middleburg, right?
Right.
What a couple wins at Jackson right now are doing on Main Street. And
right.
Another one of your stomping grounds, Atlantic Coast. These are two huge wins. I mean, I know he doesn't want to make too much of a big deal about it, but you go beat Sandalwood and you beat Mandarin the way they've done it first couple 2 out of the 3 weeks. It's a big deal.
Yeah, the Sandalwood's a really big deal because that's who they always – Mandarin is the big rival, but the Sandalwood is the one where everybody always talks about, oh, you don't want to go to Atlantic Coast. You want to come to Sandalwood if you're going to play football. You know what I mean? So to be able to come out there and now be able to say, hey, why? You got to come here. We give you everything they give you, And so, yeah, that's a big win. Both those schools, both of them 8A, just a big win for him and early on in the year.
I think our game of the week on the Friday Night Blitz just went final. We're going to show you highlights of that one coming up in just a bit. Marcel Robinson says 28-14, Madco beats UC, so they deny Coach Penland his 100th win of his stint at UC. We'll have plenty of highlights, reaction, all the rest coming up on the Friday Night Blitz, 10:30 on Fox 30 in just a bit. If you're just jumping in, you're listening and watching, if you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, to the Blitz Scoreboard Show on ESPN 690. Brent Martineau along with Kevin Sullivan. We do this every Friday night from 9 until 10:30. We're having a blast tonight, a heck of a night of football all over the area. The other thing we do is a hashtag Battle of the Concessions. What will Casey have for us tonight is the big question. And, well, I went with him, Coach. Little double hopper in the concession stands. And, well, there's no fried Oreos or from last week, the funnel cake bites. Casey, let's hear what he had to say today. Maybe.
Casey, you there?
Coach, we're out here, Wolfson High School. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know if this is originally made. It has really nice packaging, so I'm with it. We got to figure out the taste. The look right now, solid, quality. We got the sauce. It's secret sauce. We can't show it to you, but we're going to get some of it on the sandwich, Got the sauce fired up. Brent's pretty good. Not going to lie to you. That's why these people are in line. They're waiting to get one of them. This is stop 1 of 2. We got one more stop to make, but you can never go wrong with a chicken sandwich, Brent. We'll see what happens at the next spot. We made it. Stop 2. We're at Bowles. We were excited. because we heard there's a nice item here. What do you guys usually have for the fans? What's the signature item?
Usually we have a house-smoked barbecue sandwich or barbecue brisket that we sell for a plate.
So barbecue, that sounds pretty fire. Here's the question. Did you hear I was coming? Is that why there's no barbecue?
We did. We didn't hear you were coming, so we didn't think we'd be able to make it as good as we hoped to.
So you were worried. I hear you were worried. It had nothing to do with me being big. Like, you didn't think I was going to eat all your barbecue?
No, not at all. We were,
Okay, when should I come back, though? Because I want the barbecue.
Next week we'll have, or next home game.
So I'll be here. Don't let me down.
I'll be here too. I got you, man.
Sounds good. Brent, Coach, we got to come back next home game. We'll be back. For now, Casey Kurtz.
Thank you, Casey. Battle of the concession stands continue. Hey, you got to take us. Where should we go next, people? You got to let us know what concession stand we should hit along the way with hashtag Battle of the concession stands. So that will be each and every week on the Blitz Scoreboard show. Hey, can't go wrong with a little Zaxby's sandwich, too. And by the way, some of the concession stands, Coach, a little bit different because of COVID, too. So they're not pulling out all the stops.
Right.
At least that's what we found out tonight.
Yeah, definitely. But you showed up to get the barbecue, and they didn't have any, Casey. Unbelievable, man.
Coach, I'm with you loud and clear. I'm a barbecue fan, and I need it. I don't know when the next Bulls home game is, but you can promise I'll be first in line. Yeah, that's just how it's going to work.
Well, I get it. I don't know, man. I'm a little disappointed. I want to get back to the fried Oreos and stuff. I'm going there next weekend. I'm telling you right now.
You got to get there, Coach. No doubt about it. Hey, what's your takeaway from tonight overall? I mean, you had some good ones, right? Bartram loses a big lead, and they fall 37-31 to Lincoln. 27-23 was the score. Last check, Columbia over Oakleaf. I'm not sure if that one's gone final. Let me give you an update on that before we get off the air here, and then he'll go to the Friday Night Blitz. I have not seen that. Atlantic Coast beat Sandalwood 39-21. Mandarin 34-7 over First Coast. 16-9 Jackson over Fletcher. Eaglesview over Cedar Creek 40-24. Nice 49. Orange Park 6. 60-0 Bishop Kenny over Stanton. Riverside 34-8 over Ribault. Creekside, big win, shuts out Fleming Island 26-0. Ridgeview beats Menendez 17-14. That was back and forth. Trinity Christian 55-8 over Zarephath. And it's gone final, Coach. Columbia over Oakleaf 27-23. Columbia, after losing to Bowles last week, that's a heck of a win.
Yeah, good win getting them back on track. They've had two good wins, and again, they'll play another quality opponent next week, and they will week in and week out. So again, Oakley's nothing to hang their hats on. They've been playing pretty well. Just didn't get done. Probably gave up a late score. I'll have to get with Coach tomorrow and get on that to get the ins and outs on that one.
All right, so that's one of the scores. Middleburg goes 3-0, 32-20. Bowles wins. I got 32-27 on here. I'm not sure if they won 35-27 or 32-27. Depends if that late field goal, one that we thought they kicked, counted or not. Madison County beats UC 28-14. Baker County 26-7 over Ponte Vedra. Baldwin over Westside 18-14. Bradford beats Clay 24-13. Coach, that's a heck of a Friday night, man. I hope you have an awesome weekend.
Enjoyed it.
And Florida State plays tomorrow night right here on ESPN 690. And I'll be in Houston for the Jags all day on Sunday. Keep it locked, CBS 47 and Fox 30. Hope you have a good weekend, Coach.
All right, you take it easy, Brent. Enjoy yourself. Let's get that W on Sunday.
You bet. All right, Casey Kurtz, excellent job once again. I'm going down to TV land. Join us on the Friday Night Blitz, 10:30 on Fox 30. All the highlights, the updated scores coming up in just a few minutes on TV on the Friday Night Blitz. Thanks for watching the Blitz Scoreboard Show. Thanks to Baker Sports, of course, and thanks to you for listening and watching on all the different platforms.